Welcome to the First Unitarian Church of Orlando. I'm Rhonda Rodriguez, the chair of the Religious Enrichment Committee. This week is our annual CRE Service, and today we conclude this month's exploration of nurturing beauty by celebrating the beauty of transition across the ages. In today's service, we will lift up our children and youth who are starting new chapters in their lives, especially those who are graduating high school and starting on the path of young adulthood. When you came in, you saw Post-it notes where you're invited to write encouraging words. You can post them on the glass doors over here, which have been labeled. If you don't want to get up in the middle of the service to post your note, you can drop it into the collection basket during the offertory, and we'll post it for you afterwards. We also want to acknowledge the beauty of transition by surrounding in love any member of our congregation who is transitioning to a new chapter in life. Maybe you're retiring. Maybe you're starting a new job. Maybe you're moving to a new home. Whatever your new chapter is, we invite you to write these down on the sticky notes as well. Those who are able and willing and seeking support in your time of transition are invited to participate in our angel wash ceremony at the end of the service today. With me in today's service are a whole bunch of people. We have, of course, Reverend Margalie Belizaire, our music director, Aubrey Connelly-Candelario, and contributors Marianne and Cammie Horne, Kat Rigby, Paul Burdett and their daughter Julia, Michelle Tishy and her son Kieran, Karina and Richard Cook, Ann Patton, Catherine Vaccaro, Barbara Howe, Kathy Homblett, and Joan Nelson. And I want to give an extra shout out and thank you to Kathy and Dan Homblett, who have set up and will host our pizza party after service today. I am so looking forward to that. Thank you to the Hombletts. And I would like to give an extra special shout out to Kat Rigby, who is the architect of the bridging ceremony that you're going to be seeing in a little while. She calls it her final gift to RE as her daughter graduates and crosses that bridge. But if I have my way, it will not be her final gift to RE. We'll discuss that later. But please, thank you, Kat. So we welcome all to join us as we explore our Unitarian Universalist faith, which draws us into a community of justice seekers with a commitment to lifelong spiritual growth and compassionate service to the community. Whoever you are, whoever you love, you are welcome here. You are welcome here, regardless of your color, national origin, gender, sexual orientation, age, physical or mental abilities, economic status, or religious background. Families, we are so happy to have you here. Today's service is a multi-generational service, so we are asking everyone to remain in the sanctuary today. But if you or someone in your family needs to make noise, then by all means make noise. We are here to celebrate. As a Unitarian Universalist congregation, we are a non-creedal community and do not subscribe to a specific set of beliefs. We live by a covenant that encourages ethical behavior, affirms democracy, celebrates the worth of each individual, and unites us in a search for truth in meaning. We welcome you, and we especially welcome you to join us after service for our pizza party social hour, and I'm told there's other food to be had as well, so please stay over in Gore Hall, and let's welcome summer with snacks and conversation. For more information about our congregation, go to orlandouu.org or email welcometeam@orlandouu.org. All other announcements are on slides before and after the service. All have links in the weekly update or on our website. Thanks again for being here in person or online today. Let's get started.
Across the generations, we have carried the flame. We fought for injustice. We sang the songs, spoke for truth, and built something lasting. We join in the line and carry the flame forward.
Across the generations, we are tending the flame. Hand in hand together, we share in the work of fighting injustice, singing the songs, speaking the truth, and we are here to build something lasting. We join in a line and we carry that flame forward.
Across the generations, as we have been nourished by this flame, we are singing new songs, breaking old barriers, sharing in the work. And as we find our own space in what has been, we are here to make a space for the next person as well. We join in the line and we carry the flame forward.
Across the generation, this flame comes to us. We are here for the songs, for the justice, for the community, sharing the work. We are here now, too, to build something new and lasting. We are ready for a new day together. We join in the line and we carry the flame forward.
Please say the words with me as we light the chalice. In the light of truth and in the warmth of love, we gather to seek, to sustain, and to share. Please rise in body or spirit and join me in singing our opening hymn, Turn, Turn, Turn. The words will be projected on the screen.
Season, turn, 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 and a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to reap, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to laugh, a time to everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, 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 and a time for every purpose under heaven. A time to build up, a time to break down, a time to dance, a time to mourn, a time to cast away the stones, a time to gather stones together. To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, 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 and a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to love, a time to hate, a time of war, a time of peace, a time you may embrace, a time to refrain from embracing. To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, 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 and a time for every purpose under heaven. A time to gain, a time to lose, a time to rend, a time to sow, a time to love, everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, 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 and a time for every purpose under heaven.
It is so good to be with all of you this morning at this service that honors the special transition of life from high schooler to young adulthood. Today's bridging service is especially noteworthy because we are not only celebrating this year's high school grads, but also those from the previous couple of years who did not get to experience this ritual because of COVID. Bridgers, may roots hold you close to this community, while the wings you grew out here set you free, as one of our hymns so aptly notes. And I now call us to worship with the words of Jeff Liebman, which explains this important ritual of bridging. The bridging ceremony celebrates the transition of our youth from their high school experience into young adulthood. It is a time of tremendous change and stress for our youth. It is a time when many of them will leave our particular church community to travel to other cities and to higher education and to careers and possibly into new families. The bridging ceremony is a rite of passage that welcomes these bright and energetic people the rewards and responsibility of adult life. The bridge has two sides. One is childhood and adolescence, where they have become leaders and role models for younger friends and acquaintances. The other side is scary and a vast frontier of the unknown, full of boundless opportunities and new challenges. We, the adults of this community, also stand on their sides, on the other side of that bridge, the side of adulthood. We stand on the other side with arms open to welcome them, our minds prepared to mentor them and learn from them, and our hearts prepared to share life with them. Come, friends, let us worship together. Following our time for all ages, please remain seated. As Rhonda said earlier, we're all going to be here after the service. And then we're going to play also still our little song, This Little Light of Mine. And just keep in mind, everyone is remaining in the sanctuary after we sing This Little Light of Mine.
Yay You, Moving Up and Moving On by Sandra Boynton. This book is read with permission from the publisher, Simon & Schuster. Yay you, you did it, you are done. You made it, you are through. Oh, what a great moment. Now what will you do? There are so many choices. The world is immense. Take a good look around and decide what makes sense. Some like to go fast. Some like to go slow. Some like to get going however they go. Some strive to be peaceful and joyful and wise. Some choose to just ponder the size of their thighs. So look north and look south. Look ahead, look behind. Stare into the mirror. Now, what do you find? Should you live where it's cold? Should you live where it's hot? Do you want to be terribly busy or not? Do you need lots of friends or only a few? Would you like to have friends with a new point of view? Is your mind moved by science, or does art move your soul? Do you listen to rivers or to great rock and roll? Do you long for adventure? Do you love to read maps? Would you rather stay home with your chocolate, perhaps? You already have wit. You already have style. You have very kind eyes and a dazzling smile. But now, hey, what's the hurry anyhow? There are places to get to and projects to do, people to talk with and lunches to chew. But stopping a while is okay, too. And whatever you do, now or later, big or small, loud or quiet, whatever you do, don't worry. Just try it. Whatever you do, whether near or so far, I know you will be great. You already are.
Well chosen. Was that you, Kat, who chose this story, Rhonda? Yep. If you wish to contribute to the joys and concerns of this congregation in general, make sure that you do so by sending an email to our joysandconcerns@orlandouu.org email address. And of course, we also, for those who are here in person, you have an opportunity to fill a card if you have something you need to share right away. All right, so, and even while we're going through the joys and concerns, if you're online and you need to share something in the chat, feel free to do so. And so today we have a few joys and concerns to report. Dale Stickley was at Orlando Regional Medical Center for surgery on a fractured but not broken ankle, and it isn't yet clear if she has been discharged and if she will be discharged to home or to a rehab center. So let's send her love and healing energy for a quick recovery. And this one is from Ann Patton. We want the congregation to know that Bob Patton's brother, Charles West, is in the hospital in Tulsa and fighting some age-related illnesses. We will welcome your thoughts and prayers. Thank you. And Ann was just up and back there. And this is from the Spoon's family. The Spoon family thanks everyone who made Bill's memorial service possible. We appreciate the 1U community. Bring your joys and your sorrows as we come together. Come as you are. Your whole self is welcome in this sacred community we are creating together. For all those who died while serving in the armed forces, may your sacrifice be honored and may you be remembered. For the people in Buffalo, New York, who lost loved ones so brutally in that mass shooting a few weeks ago, killings that were motivated by hate and bigotry, may you have a deep knowing of your inherent worth. For those elementary school children in Uvalde, Texas, who were terrorized by a killer who hunted down and killed their friends and teachers so violently, may the trauma of that day not scar you for life. For the parents who must now live with such a tremendous loss, may you be comforted and even be able to have one night of rest. May we all continue to resist the spirit of destruction, of divisiveness, and may we remain hopeful that what we do does matter. May we set good examples for the young folks who are joining us in adulthood. And for all the joys and sorrows in this community, shared and those held close to our hearts, let us pray, let us celebrate, let us send each other healing energy. And for all the wrong in the world, as well as all that is good, I invite us into meditative prayer with the words of Reverend Liz Weber. This will be followed by a moment of silence. Spirit of life, help us to be present with all that is our life, both our deepest sorrows and our greatest joys, so that we can truly live, engaging our own life in our community. Spirit of community, help us know how linked we are, how each of us cares, touches us all, help us to ask for support when we are in need and to offer our support to others when we are able, so that we may rest in the solace of one another's love. Spirit of love, and help us to love our neighbor as we love ourselves, so that we might fully embody love and resist hatred. Spirit of resistance, help us to stick up for what is right, even when we are tired or afraid. Help us to dream of the world as it should be and act to bring that world about. Help us to find hope each day. Spirit of hope, help us through this day and each day. Help us be present for all that is our life. For all this we pray. Please remain seated while Karina Cook sing a special anthem for today. This is the moment. Words will be on the screen for those who'd like to follow along.
When I send all my doubts and tears Rena. Thank you so much. Today we have a special reading to honor our Bridging High School seniors. Go Boldly by Jean Olson. May you be brave enough to expose your aching woundedness and reveal your vulnerability. May you speak your deepest truths, knowing that they will change as you do. May you sing the music within you, composing your own melody, playing your song with all your heart. May you paint, draw, sculpt, and sew, showing the world your vision. May you write letters, poetry, biography, slogans, graffiti, that great novel, laying bare your words to love and hate. May you love even though your heart breaks again and again. And until the end of your days, may your life be filled with possibilities and courage.
We invite you into the practice of generosity. Your financial support allows the many ministries of the First Unitarian Church of Orlando to thrive. You can make an offering online to support the many ministries of this congregation. Simply go to orlandouu.org and click the donate button in the upper right-hand corner, or send a text, or mail a check. You may support this month's Share the Plate partner, Jewish Family Services of Orlando, by finding a link to their organization in the weekly update. Please let us know that you donated by dropping a line to Gabby, our program assistant.
Yesterday, a child came out to wander, caught a dragonfly inside a jar. Fearful when the sky was full of thunder, and tearful at the falling of a star. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle game. Then the child moved 10 times round the seasons, skated over 10 clear frozen streams. Words like, when you're older, must appease him, and promises of someday make his dreams. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle game. 16 springs and 16 summers gone now. Cartwheels turn to car wheels through the town, and they tell him, take your time, it won't be long now, till you drag your feet too slow, the circle awesome grandeur coming true. There'll be new dreams, maybe better dreams and plenty before the last revolving year is through. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round and round in the circle game. And go round and round and round in the circle game.
Hello, my name is Julia, and some of you may recognize me from other times I've spoken at the pulpit. Some of you have known me from infancy. I've attended First Unitarian my entire life, all 18 years of it, and you've seen me grow up. Now, today, I stand before you as I make my transition to become a young adult. So maybe it's time for a little look back. Reverend Marnie performed my baby dedication. She was one of the first faces at church I learned to recognize, since she would visit all of the RE classes before the service started. This was back when RE was before the service. One of my first church jobs was to sort shoes into matching pairs for the Alliance as a preschooler. My first big church party was the Alliance Holiday Tea. I learned here that my friends do not have to be the same age as me. I can have friends from all ages, all walks of life. You've shared your interests with me. I've gotten many cocoons from Miss Marty that became butterflies. They still fascinate me, and I've learned that many of you appreciate and love observing nature. Like many kids growing up here, I participated in many children's RE classes, field trips, parties, and more. You name it, I've probably done it. I've been many things at the annual Halloween party. I've played many roles in our annual holiday pageant. I've learned about my own UU faith and other faith traditions. Some of you have been my RE teachers, youth advisors, our whole lives sex education teachers. You've taught me a continued love of learning and the importance of taking care of our whole selves. I spent one Easter envious of my preschool teacher, Mr. Peter, who got to wear a full bunny outfit. I didn't. I mean, what? I can't be a bunny? As I got older, I had my turn leading the Easter bonnet parade and looked for eggs. Then, later still, I became one of the youth who came early to hide the eggs for the younger kids and also cleaned up afterwards. Through these small rites of passage, church has taught me that we look out for one another and how to be of service to one another. I was a blueberry for the church pancake breakfast fundraisers. I remember, there I am. I remember planting berries, tomatoes, lettuce, and more in the community garden so that others could share in that bounty, and we still have that garden going on today. My preschool class is the one that planted the mango tree out in the yard with Mr. Peter, our teacher at the time. Though he's since moved away, Mom and I try to email him a picture of me under it when it fruits annually so he can see how the tree and I are doing and hear about church happenings. I have spent years showing up for classroom cleanup day, and at this point, I think I've helped clean every single classroom on campus. By including kids and youth in events, church has taught me that we matter to you. Of course, as a youth, we still did some of the fun things like decorating for Halloween, having youth group socials. With the youth group, I've made tie-dye shirts for the younger grades. We've stood with you packing at the food bank. We've shown up for public witness at Pride Parade, farm workers' rights, and many other justice events. You knew we were doing something inside the church cocoon. You knew we were becoming. I had my high school graduation ceremony a few days ago, and I remember times during my illness where I genuinely thought I would not survive to see the end of high school. My church showed up during my recovery. People came to be with me when my parents had to run errands or go other places in case I fainted or fell. They brought us meals. I received many Caring Circle cards, including a pancake recipe from Reverend Marnie and funny cartoons from others so I could keep laughing while I was healing. While I recovered, I helped make new cards for the Caring Circle to send to others, and I adopted several senior pen pals in the congregation. I have had the benefit of a supportive church childhood here. And now, I leave the last classroom for kids and youth. I know it will take time to find my footing and my place as a young adult. My next chapter, ideally, is going to be studying to become a pediatrics nurse. What will be yours? While you have seen me grow into the person I am today, I've also seen how you've grown too. And while your growth and changes may not be as dramatically obvious as mine, they're still there. New faces and old, new ideas, fresher remodeled campus, and maybe, just maybe, mind you, hear me out, there might be a grayer hair or two, but you didn't hear that from me. Reverend Annie Gonzalez Milican writes, "Where have you been all my life?" And "You were here all my life. Now where are you?" are two common questions I hear about Unitarian Universalism. The first is asked by adult seekers who wish they'd found us sooner. The second is asked by people raised UU who can't find engaging UU community after aging out of youth programming. This is an area I think one you could improve. How will you keep showing up? Not just for me, but for the kids and the youth coming after me. How will you be present for emerging young adults so that we can continue our UU faith formation? Will you check on teens who don't drive to see if they might need rides to church events? Will you start a pen pal ministry and keep in touch with us, even if we're away at college? Will you host an annual reunion event? I still need you to show up. We still need you to show up. Don't let crossing the bridge to adulthood be like walking off a cliff. Keep supporting us. Keep showing up.
Good morning. My name is Richard Cook. I'm part of the CRE. All right. When my 5-year-old daughter came home reciting Bible verses, we knew there was something had to be done. Church has never been a dominating force in my family. Rhonda's father was a fundamental Baptist. Her mother was raised Catholic, and as they got older, they moved away from the church. My mother was also Catholic. At a young age, she saw the hypocrisy and realized that church wasn't for her. Me, grew up on a reservation where many negative feelings was around white power structures. So, because of that, I had my suspicions of organized religion. Despite that, Krina attended a Catholic school because that was the only option where we were for full-time pre-K. Me and Rhonda had to work, so we needed something for Krina. And nobody at the school, when we got there, everybody said, "Oh, you don't have to be Catholic, and we're not going to force you to go to church." But it soon became apparent the dogma was being taught. So, Karina was asking questions about why didn't we go to church, or her friends and families go to Sunday school and all this stuff, and how about me? So Rhonda said, we have a church, we'll go to church, let's go to UU. This was in Canton. At the time, I was still skeptical, but Rhonda brought Karina to UU, and she fell in love with it. Karina was excited to be able to go to church school like her classmates, and right away it opened up a welcome community. Karina started spirit play, reading books, and talking with the adult doorkeepers. She met a woman named Esther, a practicing Jew. She met Rajiv, a person who follows the Hindu belief, and then met Judy, who was the DRE, and then she left her position to become a minister in UU. And then she met Carol, who's still the DRE up there today, who used the more humanistic side for RE. It took longer for me to go through the church doors. I ended up because a friend of mine in AA was going, and at least I knew one person when I came in. And my first visit, there was a sense of family and belonging, and I was welcomed, appreciated for what I was. And we went for a while. RE was the real cornerstone for our experience at church, because the ministry was just going through a transition, unlike we are right now. Just before we got there, there was a husband and wife ministry team that's been there for 20 years. They retired. They had an intern minister, didn't last long, and they hired a minister. He didn't work out, so they got another intern, and he was there for 3 years. And because of and finally they found a senator ministry. And I just lost my spot. Excuse me. I wasn't sure about my role I play in the ministry, because there was a lot of things going on, and there's CAUDA committees and that and this and the other thing. So I wasn't sure, but Karina, she was thriving. Karina loved being part of RE. We're working in the community garden, doing Tapestry of Faith, painting the babies in the nursery, singing in all the talent shows. There was no limit for her. Eventually, RE became a door in serving door for me and Rhonda to serve in the congregation. Rhonda joined the RE committee and became part of Coming of Age program and traveled to Boston with them on their pilgrimage. Me, I was a youth counselor. So I found my place with OWL. I became a certified OWL instructor for for middle school and high school. Shortly after that, Karina found U in Adirondack, and that was the change of her life. A place where she could find other UUs throughout the area. And then we had to leave Canton. But because there was no work, so we came down to Orlando. Rhonda looked up and found 1U, wrote them, and Regina contacted us immediately. And When we got down here, we haven't even found a place yet. We were staying with my brother. We came to UU, and we were here. Karina became part of the OWL for upper elementary. Over the last few years, I can't say we've come to church every week. Life got in the way, and we found hard to get stable and all that. But whatever we could, went to church, and RE was the core. And RE started having problems, and we were trying to be part of the solution. So we joined the RE committee. And we've done our best to bring back the RE to the high point we remember as we began first when we were here. Working together to establish the Star Wars program, the Dr. Seuss and the Harry Potter curriculum, and then we decided that long-term picture looked, and decided what the long picture looked like. We were making progress, and then we all know what happened. COVID. Stopped us in our tracks. But as did everyone else do during COVID, we persist. We found ways to keep going. We had an online gaming group for the youth, and I'm so proud of these kids. The group found a way to stay together through this. And they are the ones who kept RE going during this time. And we are looking forward to getting a full-time DRE and bound and help the person develop a new program for our kids. Starting with OWL and Soul Matters and going to wherever we go from there. Because I know with these kids, it could be anywhere. Because the great thing of you is that nobody really knows where we're going to go, but they are determined to explore the possibilities on where they're going to go. And it brings back to one of the things I learned as a kid in my Native American community, and I really see it here with UU. It takes a community to raise a child. Thank you.
Well, my story here begins one very hot summer many years ago when our family moved to Orlando from Wisconsin. We didn't love Florida. We were not looking forward to it, but at least there was a job for Dan here. We planned for a 5-year stay, tops. We made the trip with a full U-Haul truck and a sweet 18-month-old baby named Kirsten. It was hard to leave our families, so we went in search of friends in our new city. We'd been to UU churches in Madison and Oak Park, so we knew where to look. The nursery was our favorite spot on campus, with dear Margaret in the rocker, supervising toddlers and hugging babies. Dan and I took our turn volunteering there too, but I must admit we also loved the chance to get to worship with other adults. We were doing that worshiping in Gore Hall in those days. We were learning what it meant to be Unitarian Universalists, and more importantly, UU parents. Nothing's changed, of course. After a while, Kirsten became a big sister, and Peter was our baby in the nursery. Here's my shout out to Patty Reynolds, my savior, who cared for baby Peter so I could volunteer in the preschool co-op that we had here at church. Time went on, transforming our 5-year plan. We moved into a house near the church. We're still there. We got involved in our careers. We're done with those. We taught religious education classes, including what was about your sexuality, it's OWL now, to other people's middle schoolers. We had fun with our church friends, here at church and at their homes too. Kirsten and Peter had many friends here as they grew up, wonderful RE teachers, and they knew they were loved at First Unitarian, their church. This church was the center of our social and our family lives. After they finished taking about your sexuality classes, thankfully with someone else's parents, Kirsten and Peter were less interested in attending church regularly. They were busy with school, with sports, and other friends, and especially with sleeping in on Sunday mornings. Now, each of them took a very different path to adulthood, and we're very proud of both of them. I think did we see a picture of Peter and Kirsten in their uniforms? Yep. There we go, okay. The years went by. Things changed, of course. Dan and I continued to be involved in life at church. We took our turn and are still taking our turn to do the church jobs that others had done before us. Serving coffee, serving on the nominating committee and the board of trustees, searching for a new minister, renovating a campus, and more. Well, more changes. Our far-flung family was returning to Orlando. Kirsten and Jennifer had a tiny baby now, little Esme, and they wanted to be closer to family. They started attending 1U too, the place they had met each other many years before. After a while, Esme became a big sister, just like her mom did so many years ago. Sydney arrived on solstice night. Our son Peter ended his military career and moved back to Orlando too. Although he hadn't been to church in a long time, Peter knew he could bring his daughter Madison to Easter celebrations or Christmas Eve services at 1U. It was a place he could count on being there for him, just as it had been years before. As the years have gone by, there have been a lot of changes. Hair color, in me, my family, and this congregation. Yet it feels like we've come around in a big circle, all of us still connected to First Unitarian, just in different ways. I'm so excited about the future of this congregation, about the congregation showing how much we value our children, youth, and families, enough to support a full-time religious educator again? Well, never, but yes. Yahoo! We've had one, but not full-time ever. This is life-changing. I'm excited about the nursery opening up for Sydney when he's old enough, and already excitement for Esme and other kids. There are lots of friends to be made and fun for everyone in our new chapter here at 1U. I can't wait.
I invite our high school graduates to gather in the center. And rising middle school, elementary school, and preschool students to line up along the glass door. Parents, you are welcome to walk with your students if you so desire. and some you absolutely have to walk with. And congregants who are in transition, those of you who are in transitions yourselves, and I believe Rhonda was the one who mentioned the different ways in the welcome. So if you wish to, if you feel you're in a transitional period, you can join at the end also. Okay, so we're going to start a responsive reading that I'm going to start, and then others will be joining me. Today, we honor the youth among us, you who are stepping beyond and away and toward. Today, we share in your journey and encourage your discovery.
Today, we welcome your energy and offer you a safe place to grow. Today, we celebrate your hopes and dreams. Come live, breathe, thrive, and rejoice. Your time is now.
And Bridgers.
Today marks an ending, so that I may begin again, to hope and do and learn and be.
Today, you cross this bridge. Go now and explore with wonder. We will support and nurture you. You are the future.
Today you cross this bridge. Go now and make choices that make you happy. We will support and nurture you. You are amazing.
Bridgers.
Today you cross this bridge. Be patient and hopeful. We will support and
Nurture you. You are an inspiration. Now, Bridgers.
Today I cross this bridge and join in fellowship. Let me grow, but don't let me go.
Together, we share a special place. Together we learn. Together we love. Together we grow. When you leave familiar ground and step off alone into a new place, there will be, along with the feelings of curiosity and excitement, a little nagging of dread. It is the ancient fear of the unknown, and it is your first bond with the wilderness you are going into. You are undertaking the first experience, not of the place, but of yourself and the place. It is an experience of our essential loneliness, for nobody can discover the world for anybody else. It is only after we have discovered it for ourselves that it becomes a common ground and a common bond, and we cease to be alone. And the world cannot be discovered by a journey of miles, no matter how long, but only by a spiritual journey, a journey of 1 inch, very arduous and humbling and joyful, by which we arrive at the ground at our feet. We learn to be at home. Wendell Berry. At our baby dedications, our infants and toddlers are blessed with water. With water, the community gathers from water communion and receive a thornless rose. Today, our children and youth are blessed anew by symbolic water and flower. Our high school graduates, you will receive a rose but with the thorn intact, unlike the one given to infants and toddlers during dedications. Maybe you were given one. The rose in this ritual symbolizes all of the beauty. First, it symbolizes the beauty and the sweetness in the world. We give one to you today to remind you of this sweetness and beauty. The world, with all its sweetness, brings with it bitter moments. The thorns on the rose is an affirmation of these bitter moments, which parents and other caretakers generally shield children and youth from. As adults, you will primarily take on that responsibility for yourself with the help of your community, of course. Hence the thorned rose, the bitter and the sweet. May you know beauty and know that everywhere you go will be blessed by your presence. We will also give our children a flower as well, so that you too may know beauty and know that everywhere you go will be blessed by your presence. When the time comes, we will invite the congregation to turn and face the center aisle to symbolically, from wherever you're sitting, to symbolically create the bridge and to witness this rite of passage. Today, we recognize our high school graduates entering this new chapter as the newest young adults in our congregations. As willing and able, I invite you to sing Angel Wash song with Kat and Barbara. Kat and Barbara.
All right, we'll let our hoop helpers and flower helpers get in place. We have a new song for the congregation. The Angel Wash is written by Sapphire Lewis and Rafe Perlman. Barbara and I are going to sing it once so you get the tune in your ear. And Aubrey will help us out. Behold you, beautiful one. I behold you, child of the earth and sun. Let my love wash over you. Let my love watch over you. Time out, Aubrey, Aubrey. Now that we've learned it, we're going to let our voices be like the waves of water. So section 1, we'll sing, then take a little break. Section 2, we'll sing, take a little break. Section 3 will be the last wave, and then we'll come back around and just let it wash over our youth and children. Barbara will be pointing to you, and we'll be honoring our students in 3 ways. Some of them are able to be here and will be honored in person. Some of them will be honored in slides. And those of you who are online guests, I invite you to honor your special students or your own transitions by typing in the chat box. So let us begin. Take it away, Aubrey. Julia B., class of 2020. Please join us, section 1. Alexis Sandria, class of 2022, mom walking for her. Child of the earth and sun. Jane W., class of 2022. Cammie H., class of 2020. Julie M., class of 2020. Katie P., class of 2020. It takes community, folks. We're gonna get these folks bridged. Trevor S., class of 2020. Rising 9th grade. Let my love wash over you. Maya D., rising 1st grade. I behold you, child of the earth and sun. Let my love wash over you. Let my love watch over you. Jace E., rising 1st grade. transitions. Behold you, beautiful one. I behold you, child of the earth and sun. Let my love wash over you. Let my love watch over you. All together now, final verse. I behold you, beautiful one. I behold you, child of the earth and sun. Let my love watch over you. Let my love wash over you. Thank you, everybody.
I hope you feel bridged. A blessing for bridging. As you step forward into your next chapter, we send you our fondest hopes and blessings. May life bring enough challenge to fuel your dreams, enough affirmation to honor your gifts, and enough nurture to give your spirit peace. Believe in your vision, follow your dreams, and know always that when you return to us here, you will find the hands of friends. Maureen Killoran. All right, maybe we give them a round of applause as again. Our timing was a little off.